Chapter 17 talks about bookkeeping procedures, um, specifically accounts receivable. This starts on page 266 out of the administrative dental assisting textbook. Going over some learning objectives, we'll talk about the role of the administrative dental assistant and management of patient financial transactions. We'll identify the components of financial records organization. We'll talk about steps in the daily routine for managing patient transactions and explain the types of financial reports used in the dental office. Accounts receivable is a system that records all financial transactions between a patient and the dental practice. This system calculates the amount of money owed to the dental practice by accounting for charges and payments. Accounts payable is a system that records all monies the dental practice owes to others. Bookkeeping is a method of recording all financial transactions. Accounting is a method used to verify and classify all transactions, and this can be accounts payable and accounts receivable. The first step is to determine who is financially responsible for the account. Information can be obtained from the financial information section of a patient registration form. Insurance information, both primary and secondary coverage, is listed on that same form. Some methods of recording transactions include computerized bookkeeping systems, and these type of systems use a program to organize, track, and calculate the accounts receivable. Manual bookkeeping systems are also used in some offices. The most common are paper and pencil. These type of bookkeeping systems are a little bit older, but they are tried and true in case there is something like a power outage or some type of system malfunction. The most common type of manual system is the pegboard system, other than paper and pencil. This system uses a variety of forms designed to be placed one on top of another for the purpose of entering the information one at a time. This is also referred to as a one-write system. Billing is a procedure that notifies a responsible party regarding the current status of an account. Patient billing is an organized procedure that should be performed at the same time each month. Patients usually pay their bills around their paydays, and the most common pay periods are the 1st and the 15th of each month. Insurance companies are billed with the attending dentist statements or encounter forms. Again, with billing, the procedure includes notifying the responsible party of an account status, and this is to inform the party of the account status and also to request payment. The statement should indicate the date of service, identify the patient, and list all transactions, including the treatment and the payment. All of the following tasks can be performed using a manual system, computerized system, or a combination of both. Although techniques will differ in the completion of tasks, all systems will contain the same types of tasks. And these include identifying patients, producing routing slips, posting transactions, and completing end-of-day procedures. Some of the steps that should be followed in managing patient transactions using a computerized system include first checking the patient in. So this includes asking the patient to update his or her health history, insurance information, and billing address. The next thing you want to do is to change the status of the patient in the electronic schedule to quote unquote in the office. By changing the status, you alert the other members of the dental healthcare team that the patient has arrived. And typically the status change is noted by changing the color in the schedule. And So you can see a picture of what this looks like on figure 17-5 and on page 273. And the reason that you want to alert the back office or anybody else in the office that the patient has arrived is, for one, you want to let the back office know that they can go ahead and start getting the room ready. They can go back and double check to make sure that all the supplies that they need are in the room. And also sometimes they need to do things to the patient's chart in order to get it ready, like recording their vitals, like blood pressure and temperature. So they might need to know that they need to get that stuff ready as soon as the patient arrives. The next step is to record treatment. This is when the clinical staff, and this can be a dentist, assistant, or hygienist, records the patient's treatment for the day and the electronic record. Clinical staff may also schedule the patient's next appointment. The next step is checking the patient out. So the administrative dental assistant does this part, in which they'll check the patient's clinical record and, if necessary, record treatment. The next thing they'll want to do is collect and post payment for services, cue the system to process the insurance claim, and schedule the next appointment if it wasn't completed by the clinical staff. End of day procedures include posting payments, printing routing slips for the next day, checking notes for allergies, needed lab work, or other information, just so that there's no surprises in the following day's schedule. Also, confirm the next day's appointments, generate the day sheet report just to make sure it's complete, and then print any reports that are not normally run on a daily or weekly basis, such as reports by provider, procedure, insurance, recall, etc. Some other end of the day procedures include posting payments, like we talked about, and these can be also be credit card payments, making adjustments. And adjustments are made to an account for a variety of reasons. This can be disallowed insurance charges, professional courtesies, senior discounts, credit card and payment plan fees, and uncollectible fees. Those are all examples of adjustments. Also completing an audit report. And the purpose of an audit report is to track all the daily transactions and verify that all transactions were posted correctly. Petty cash is also known as a change fund. Sometimes a small amount of cash is kept on hand to make change and or to purchase small items. The amount of money placed in the fund varies, but must be tracked. When an item is purchased with petty cash, the receipt is placed in the petty cash file and the amount is recorded in the petty cash journal. The day before any particular day, these are the things that need to be done to get ready for the next day. So the first thing is to review the patient's charts, confirm appointments, prepare a daily schedule, and make copies for each treatment room and any other areas. Check on lab work that is due, and fill the schedule if needed from the call list. The day of the appointment, we want to produce routing slips, check the schedule, review charts with the office staff. This can be done in a mini staff meeting. Some people call them huddles. When a patient arrives, update financial, medical, and insurance information. And when treatment is completed, proceed with patient checkout. This includes posting transactions and scheduling the next appointment. At the end of the day, before I go on to the next one, also process payments. That's very important, right? We want to make sure we get paid. And at the end of the day, we want to make sure we complete posting of daily transactions. We want to prepare a bank deposit and generate a day sheet report. Also complete audit report and account for all transactions, and complete insurance processing. Reports are used to summarize and outline various conditions. Reports that are often used in the dental practice identify patients who are due for recall appointments, patients who have not completed treatment plans, and outstanding insurance claims. The types of reports include financial reports, which are used to determine the financial health of the dental practice. Profit and loss statements are used to identify overhead. This means what it costs to keep the business open. They also show whether the dental practice is making or losing money. Accounts receivable reports categorize the monies patients and insurance companies owe the dental practice. Production reports identify what type of procedures have been performed and by whom. Additional reports include insurance reports, and in those insurance reports, outstanding insurance claims are included, as well as the amount of money owed by insurance companies, and sometimes incomplete dental treatment. Accounts payable reports includes money owed to others. These are bills that the dental practice has to pay. Also includes account balances and categories of expenditures. Bank account reports include account balances, average daily balances, interest, and credits and debits. Payroll includes employee accounting. This includes salaries, deductions, taxes paid, payment of payroll tax by the dentist, and payment of workers' compensation insurance. Payroll also includes payment to pension and employee benefit funds. That's it for this chapter. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for listening.